everyone, Lani from Fogelberg Consulting here with another weekly survival update for business owners in the pandemic. Today is Friday the 15th of May and it's the day after the government's budget announcement that we were all waiting on tenterhooks for to find out what they were going to offer business owners and everyday Kiwis in light of the pandemic that we've been through and are hopefully coming out of. The biggest announcement for business owners for sure has to be the extension to the wage subsidy. Now, if you want to learn about the current scheme, you can refer back to one of my older videos. I'm just going to focus on the extension. But basically, the scheme is going to mean an 8-week times $585 per week payout, lump sum payout, per full-time employee for businesses that are eligible under the scheme. Now, the criteria that we know so far that states a business is eligible is a 50% revenue decrease for the 30 days prior to the date of application, which can be from the 10th of June until mid-September. So that's a little bit different to the existing wage subsidy scheme, which required a 30% revenue drop for a month between January and June 2020 compared to the previous year for most businesses. This one has specifically stated it has to be the 30 days preceding the date of application. I read that as an application date of the 1st of July means that the 30 days of revenue, being the month of June, has to be 50% lower than what it was in the same period last year. This is obviously designed to positively impact businesses who have been severely impacted by the pandemic. And so this, will mean businesses such as tourism operators, for example, who have suffered a significant drop. Same with the hospitality industry. On the note of tourism operators, I understand that the industry is a little bit disappointed in the support that the government's offered, and so far they've stated that a few specific committees are being set up to provide deeper insights into what can be done for the industry, but they are also setting up a system to provide advice to tourism operators who need to adapt their business to be more local and Australasian, of course, to include our Aussie neighbours, rather than international. Because as I've also mentioned previously, New Zealand's new economy is going to be a much more local one and a less international one. I actually did a video about that not too long ago, which I'll link in the description for this as well. It may apply to you. Moving on from the budget, the other big event for businesses this week was the Small Business Cash Flow Scheme going live. And holy moly, $377 million worth of loans were applied for on Tuesday alone. I don't know what that figure is now, but that is a huge amount of money going from the IRD into the pockets of business owners. Now, I have some concerns around this scheme, which some of you will have discussed with me directly, and it's largely to do with the way that the application process runs. It places all of the responsibility of essentially what is a lending decision that normally a bank or a finance company would make on the business owner. This means the business owner needs to be confident in their ability to repay the loan, as well as be able to evidence later on that they're eligible for the loan in the first place. That means being able to show that they've suffered a 30% revenue loss, as I've mentioned in previous videos and blog posts about the scheme, as well as their ongoing viability. I cannot stress enough the importance of making sure that you meet the criteria for this. Setting aside the fact that you need to do that if you're to be audited down the track, having received a loan under the scheme, understanding the future viability of your business is so important, even outside the context of a pandemic. This can be done in conjunction with someone like your accountant, with a business consultant, but it's so important to make sure that you forecast the position, including the financial position, that your business is going to be in down the track. As we've seen from audits of the wage subsidy scheme, there have been a number of criminal and legal proceedings made against business owners that have applied and received the wage subsidy when they haven't been eligible. So the way that they've made the application process for this small business cash flow scheme so easy could catch a lot of business owners out, and that quite frankly concerns me. So make sure, as it does state in the application process, to seek independent advice about whether or not you should apply for the loan and how you're going to manage the repayments. I want to talk about a couple of other things that can improve your business moving through the pandemic and beyond that aren't related to the government assistance. Firstly, I've been speaking with a lot of clients recently about ways that they can increase revenue to make up for sales channels that they've lost as a result of the pandemic, in a way that also benefits other business owners so that it becomes mutually beneficial. For example, if you've got a product that you normally sell to consumers, for example, is there a way that you can generate revenue and a margin on that product by selling it to another business who can also sell it to their customers, effectively creating diversification for them? Who can you collaborate with within your industry or even within your local community, other business owners that you know that this could potentially work with? This is a very simplistic initiative when I speak of it in that context, but it's just an example of the type of thinking that you can implement within your business when you have that third-party perspective to help you get through the pandemic. Again, setting aside the pandemic, looking at diversification within the business anyway is a great step to unlocking the potential for growth and added profitability. Another area of focus that I've been working on with clients over the last week as we've been moving into level 2 is ways that you can understand and interpret the financial and sales and client data within your business to drive better marketing decisions that ultimately result in a better optimized spend on marketing. As we're all focusing on cost reduction at the moment, marketing is an area that businesses commonly pour a lot of money into without truly understanding the financial, positive or negative, impact that that is having on the business. So if you are unsure on how to interpret some of that data, or if you don't have ways of collecting some sales and client data in order to help you drive those decisions, now is a really good time to look at whether there are those systems that you can implement or outside experts that you can engage to help you build your management capability in that area. Those are all the updates that I have for you today. It turned into quite a long weekly survival update, but we had a lot to cover off, and I wanted to make sure that I left you with some additional value going into the weekend so that you can start thinking about other action plans you might want to kick into gear next week. If you have any questions about anything that I've spoken about, please feel free to send me a message. I'd love to have a chat about how I might be able to help your business on a one-on-one basis as well, or even just answer some of your basic quick-fire questions. Share this information with your business owner friends, and I'll see you on the other side of the screen next week. Have a great weekend.